Good afternoon. This is Munira from Chicagoland. I am the CEO and founder of Gizmet Ventures, Inc. in Chicago. And I am on a mission to expose and promote people who are instilling values in other people. Today, my guest is Menaca Joji. I hope I said that right. Hi, Menaca. Thank you for coming and having me interview you.
Hello. Thank you so much for interviewing me. I'm Menaca Joji from London. I'm originally from Sri Lanka and had a journey from the east to the west and settled in the UK.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Menaca.
As I stated, I'm originally from Sri Lanka, from a small town, northern eastern small town, Trincomalee is the proper name, really. And I was educated there till my A-levels and went to university. Unfortunately, due to the ethnic war, I had to discontinue my education and moved to India for safety and security, really. And then I pursued my dentistry there in Bangalore and was there for 10 years because I continued to work as a junior lecturer in a dental college. So I started teaching very early on in my career. And then as fate would have it, I got married and moved to the UK. And I have been here since 1999.
Wow. So that's a long time. So can you tell us a little bit about the ethnic war? But because there's listeners who don't know about this.
Of course. Yes, as a child growing up in the war zone, I was kind of oblivious to the fact there's even a conflict till I was around 9-10 years because we probably never spoke at home. Nobody mentioned it, and we were moving from one place to the other every 4 years because my father is a doctor and he was in a government post, so we used to move. So we integrated into different communities, and I wasn't aware of it. The very first time I encountered or came to know about the conflict was a personal one, unfortunately. Me, my brother, and my mom, we were traveling in a bus, and it was stopped, and they wanted to kill all the Tamils in the bus, really. And the driver was really God sent, and he actually said there was no one, and asked my mother to pretend that she was not a Tamil, and we escaped from there. It's really strange because I never thought about it much at that moment, and till recently, and it somehow resurfaced, and I have been thinking about it a lot, and I've been writing a memoir, in fact. And then I went to university, and the last experience of my proper war was because I was traveling from the university home, and the vehicle had to be abandoned because of the war, and I had to walk for 10 days, rather 10 nights, through the jungle to reach my hometown. And I still remember the astonished look my father gave me, thinking, what have you done? How can you come during these times? And my first response to him was, I'm never going back. I'm never going back to study. So that's what prompted me to go to India and pursue my education there. It was really a very surprising move because I didn't even have a passport till then. Passport was taken on that date. It might be a week before we left the country.
Oh, wow. So you bring a lot of points because you saw the tribal. So if they were Tamil, and what was the other tribe?
It was a Sinhalese. I think it's politics, really. People are people, and I think there are great people and not so great people in every community. I'm a great believer in it. But I think, unfortunately, the politics, is not only in Sri Lanka, I'm sure in many parts of the world, it brings so much of misfortune, really.
So when you told your father, who is a doctor, that you didn't want to study, these questions that come to mind was, when you went to the university to educate yourself, did you have a plan? Did you know what your what you were going to be when you finished school?
I remember writing in my essay as an ambition when I was in year 4 to become a dentist. So it was always there.
Okay.
To be honest, when I came to India, everybody was saying, why don't you do medicine? But I just didn't want to do it. I wanted to do dentistry. And my father was really very supportive. And he said, okay, fine, if you want to do dentistry, that's what you're going to do. And I joined there. But unfortunately, as soon as I went to India, there was a Rajiv Gandhi assassination.
Oh, no.
So at one point, really a few weeks into it, me and my local guardian were picked up by the police and taken for inquiry because the phone booth guy informed them that some girl and a man comes to this phone booth and they keep calling Sri Lanka very often. And so that was my first experience. And but saying that, I met so many wonderful people. All my friends, their families, they really embraced me. I never felt I was an outsider. I really integrated into the community so well. And I think all those moving from one city to the other during my childhood must have helped me. But, I really integrated and I really felt at home. I never felt that I'm an outsider.
So you said when you were in India, you became a junior lecturer.
Yes, I did.
You had a passion for teaching right from the beginning.
Yes, even as a student, I would remember I would sit with this skull and teach my, my co-students or the juniors and explain to them. I think I loved it. And I think it really makes me happy when I can explain that to someone and they can understand it, and I am adding value to someone.
Oh, okay. So how did you come to UK?
I got married, as many women would say it probably. Yes, I got married, and then fate would have it, I landed up in the UK. There was no plan to come here as such.
Okay. And so did you continue doing dentist work here in UK?
Yes, when I came here, I worked as a receptionist, then did my practice management for a few years while I was studying. Then I did my Royal College of Surgeons exams and the conversion exams. And then I started working here in 2004 and bought my own practice in 2007. And I've been having my practice ever since, so for 11 years.
Oh, okay. We have 10 minutes before this cuts off. So tell me what your plan is now and what do you do now?
Yeah, so I have been a dentist for past 21 years. And in those 21 years, 11 years, I have had my own practice. I have been training local graduates for more than 3 years. And then I was coaching the overseas qualified dentists for many more years and the dental team as such. And in my experience, I felt that I went through a journey, really. I had my faults, learned from lessons, and then corrected myself. So I really felt that we had all the technical skills. And even through my trainees, that's what I felt. They had the technical skills, but no one taught in the college, or no one prepares us for the real world. And the business skills, the soft skills we need, the communication skills, and it's a very, very different world when you leave the university and come and have any kind of business.
But
And
isn't that like that in every college? Nobody teaches you the street smarts, your book smart, right?
yes, exactly. You got it. You don't put the nails on. Correct. That's what I felt. Even all my trainees, I would say that was the main issue. Technically, they were pretty good, but they were overwhelmed with how they have to communicate, how financial management and communication. They used to really get overwhelmed with the sheer volume of things what they have to learn suddenly, and they would struggle. And so I Last year, unfortunately, I had some illness and had to take some time off. And that kind of, I think for everyone, it happens. You suddenly think, okay, where am I leading? Where am I going? What would my passion is? So I really reflected a lot on my life. And I felt, yes, I was busy. Yes, I was happy. But is it really what I want to keep doing? And also, I felt that from my patients as well, the main reason I like um, doing dentistry is when people come and say, I used to never be able to smile for the camera, and now I can. And or there was one patient who told he didn't have many teeth in the front, and he said when he went to his daughter's wedding, everybody was saying, "Oh, you look so different." Or one of my patients gave a card saying, last week, in fact, saying that how much she appreciates. She's a very nervous patient. How much I have changed the perspective of dentistry for her. And a child who gave a card saying that she feels so comfortable. I think I felt that's what makes me really happy. So I just wanted to go and make a difference and help any small businesses, but mainly I think any professional people who come out of college and want to learn the soft skills, the communication skills, the management skills, the financial management, and how to start up and how to make sure you grow, and you succeed. And I think it's really important for any business, particularly dentistry. It's not about getting the patients; it's about retaining them, because I think I have hardly done any advertisements. So, because if you do a good job, if you communicate well, and I think you can actually get many more patients or many more clients out of there, because it's word of mouth. That is the best advertisement. That's my take on it, anyway.
So what I hear you saying is that you love helping people create a new self-image so that they're confident,
Yes.
and you want to help people who don't have the soft skills, the street smart skills, so that you can help them out of school so they can be successful in their practices.
Yes.
Are you only going to go after the dentist patients, or dentist graduates, or are you going to go after any graduates?
Any graduate, really. But obviously, I have more hands-on skills on the dental graduates as such. But when they come out of graduation, it doesn't really matter which graduation. If there are only two aspects, either they are going to be employed or they are going to be going into a self-employed, or having the setting up their own business. So if they are going to set up their own business, I think there's not much difference between the professions, really.
Okay, I mean that makes sense, because now you've got a niche market. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, my dream or the vision is really to be able to go back to Sri Lanka. And when I say go back to, not to settle, but to go back and help the community where I came from by building a hospital and an orphanage. That's my dream.
Oh wow! So, is there a need in the country for orphan? I know there's always a need for hospitals, but an orphanage as well.
Yes, unfortunately, because of the war, there are a lot of orphanages, a lot of widows, and the development hasn't been that great. And there are orphanages, but I think they are always in need of more. And I think more importantly, a well-structured orphanage with all the facilities and support system, I think would make a huge difference, because I think every child should get an equal chance at life. And I think if they miss it, it's much more difficult later on. And I think it's really more important. And where I come from, at least, I'm 200% sure there is a need for a good hospital with all the facilities.
You have such a wonderful vision, and I love the fact that you're bringing so much value to people. That's your long-term goal. So, what's your short-term goal?
Okay, the short-term goal is to help as many graduates, help as many new business person to be able to basically be successful and to grow. You know, every person has the capacity within themselves. I really truly believe there's no one who doesn't have the capacity. It's only fine tuning and making sure they understand the capacity they have within. And once you unlock it, and then, you know, sky is the limit. I'm sure they can all grow. And it's just learning the right skills as well. So if somebody can be there right next to you, be a good sounding board, help them a bit along their way, and you know, direct them or redirect them, I think they can reach places. So you know, I would love to be take that part and be the stepping stone for someone.
The director of their.
Of course.
Of course, that's an awesome way to look at it. Maybe that's just your business, you know, motto. I'm the director of businesses.
Thank you.
But thank you so much for sharing your vision and passion. I appreciate you being on our interviews today, and I appreciate you spending some time with me. And we look forward to your successes.
Thank you so much, Miss. It's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome.